YouTube, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another track guide for the MX5. We're coming up to, what week is it? 2021, Season 1, week number 8, Okayama short. It's a classic MX5 track this. As you can see, the race is 15 laps long. The race session is going to start at 5 minutes past 2 in the afternoon. So let's set up a little test session here. If we choose the MX5, Okayama short, and we're going to go in the afternoon. The weather is iRacing default. Track state, again, moderate usage, 50%. Let's load this baby up. Alright, so here we are in the session. If we just check the weather conditions, partly cloudy, 26 degrees. Track is 49 degrees, so it is hot, baby. And 5 past 2 in the afternoon. So let's get going. Oh, first things first, actually, because it's a test session, I need to make sure that we are using the baseline setup. So let's drive. Alright, so just coming out the pits here. Just going to spend a lap just learning the track, essentially. So, making some notes, mental notes as we go along. Nearly took the full course line there. This tricky double right-hander into the left. The most difficult part of the circuit, if you ask me. The part that makes it the short circuit. And then we're straight into the last section of the GP track. Quite simple. 2 hairpins back to back. Again, this is a classic MX5 track, so I've done this quite a few times. So I'm fairly confident we'll be able to get a decent little lap fairly quickly here. We all know the second last turn. Last turn, nice and easy, drift up to that curb. And let's start lap number 1. Okay, so trying to spot the braking point for turn number 1. These tyre marks here, down to 3rd gear. Trail brake, power on as we hit the curb. Bit too aggressive there, so I have to lift. Look at the line on the left. Down to 2nd gear, we dive into that second turn. Just trying to late apex there. Lift and shift to 3rd, kissing the curb on the inside and on exit. Braking by the 50 board for this hairpin. Keeping it nice and tight. On the curb is key. Power, power, power. Leave it in 2nd. Nice and tight. Getting on that power super early. Super, super important. Up to 3rd gear. Turn on the crest. Flat out. Braking after the curb. Ends on our left. Drifting up to the curb on the inside and easing the power on. The smoother you are with the power application on that last turn, the better. Makes a massive difference. So, let's go again. Braking point of these tyre marks, we can see here. Trail braking, turning, kissing the curb. Probably could have applied the power smoother, but got away with it. Braking point for turn number 2, I'm struggling to say it in real time, but the white line on the edge of the track, it goes from being a little grey colour to white. It's quite a hard transition of the colours there, and that's what I use. Try and spot it on the next lap. Really cranking the wheel on these hairpins. Nice and tight. There we go. So flat out through the second last turn. Braking at the end of the green stuff on the left. Braking very gently, very smoothly. And easing the power on, using all of the track, as you can see. Even when in the kitty litter, didn't get a 1x. Lovely stuff. Another braking point for turn number 1 is this blue cone on the right hand side you can use as a reference. The most important thing is finding a braking reference that works for you. And look at that white line, braking on it there, trail braking all the way in. Most important thing, you need to get through that first half of the right-hander very quickly. Try and think of that second turn as 2 right-handers. First one, you just get through as fast as you can, and then you really want to set up for the second one. Let it rev out a couple of times. Went a little bit too deep in that time. As you can see, lost a tenth. Haven't really been paying attention to times up until now, but last lap was a 1 minute .010, so it looks like we can break into the 59s. So let's go for it this lap.
1:0.065.
Drifting up to that curb and putting the power down. Watch this line on the left. Dive in. Braking very gently, just trying to apex nice and late. Aim for the curb. Oh, miss your shift and lose loads of time. The idea is when I lift, I transition from turning right to turning left. The lift will throw the weight onto the front of the car, so the front tyres should have more traction, more grip. So we should be able to make the most out of that. Obviously, if you get your shift wrong, it doesn't matter how you do it. Slam that power down to try and get a good exit there. I set that up nice. Let's try again. So look for the tyre marks as our braking point for turn 1. Boom. Down to third gear. Kiss the curb, power down. Drift out to the left hand side. Watch for the white line. There we have it. Down to second. Just carrying the speed through until this point when we put the power down. Just realised I turned left before I lifted then. Obviously, the way I think of it and the way I do it is two different things. Braking just after the 50 board. Keeping it super tight. The tighter the better around this section. Flat out through the second last turn. Look for the end of the green Astro. Brake smooth. Drift up to the curb, power on smoothly. And we've matched our time there, okay. So we're going to cross the line with a 1 minute .0. I'd say it's a very respectable lap time. The tyres have probably gone off just a little bit. So we are losing a bit of time just because we don't have those crisp, fresh tyres as I get a 1X, trying to push it too much. Definitely 59s are possible around here. My olap, English, is a 59.889, so there is obviously a 59 there. If you guys have got any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments down below. Other than that, I'd advise you to join the Discord if you do want the olap, the blap file, or if you want any telemetry data. As I'm saying this, I've just realised I haven't been recording the telemetry data, so it's not going to be the telemetry data of this lap, it'll be a similar lap. Absolute nightmare. Thanks very much for watching. Catch you guys in the next one.